Steve, huge congratulations. What a roller coaster we've been through. So God knows how you must feel right now.
Over the moon, mate. 7-3 up, cruising, and then Mensur slowed it down a little bit, and I played along. Don't do it. Shouldn't do it. I did.
Those first two sessions, I think it's the most comfortable I've seen you on a stage in many years, and that proved your scoring was on point. And do you think that's the best you played on TV for a long time?
For 2 years, yes, definitely.
Since the
last time I played that, I played Michael and I beat him.
It's just something about this Steve West and the European Championships that brings the best out of you.
Just something that's about the Steve West that's in the right place of mind to play his own game. That's what it's about.
Were you disappointed with yourself that you got involved in Mensur's pace then towards the end?
100%. I'm 7-3 up, Phil. I shouldn't go into any break feeling that I should get close or let him get close to pushing me all the way. Shouldn't. But I did. I played along, and I shouldn't do that.
The last leg, the 106, we saw you stop. Were you tempted to go for the treble 20 because of the lie of the first dart?
100%, because I hate 32. I hate it. Anyone that knows me in darts or outside of it knows that I hate double 16. Can't stand it. But I love treble 18.
Was that a split decision you made? Because we saw the little pause there.
Literally, within 1 second. Go for the 18s. If you hit 32, you win the match. Game over.
And the celebrations, we saw you drop down to your knees. Does that show how much this means to you?
It means the world to me. And it means the world to anyone that should stand on that stage. It should do.
We saw as well, you get a little bit of stick from the crowd. Were you? What was going on out there?
In the beginning, look, you've got 250 people out there and they're sitting 20 yards away from you. In the beginning, all I could hear was, Mensur, Mensur. I get it. I understand. But there's like 2 people shouting every time you throw. It's not right. It puts you off.
Moving ahead, quarterfinals. Obviously, at the start of the tournament, I know you want to win it, but does your mindset change now you're in the last 8 to not wanting to win it, believing you can win it?
No, not at all. I came here believing I could win it, Phil. That's never changed.
Peter Wright, the world champion, up next. Thoughts on that game?
No problem.
Steve, pleasure as always, mate. Thank you very much.
Cheers, buddy.
Steve, many congratulations on the win. Saw a brilliant celebration at the end there. You dropped down to your knees. Are you the most relieved man in Germany right now?
I am, because I've got a metal hip and I could get up again.
I just caught the end of your TV interview there. Did you say if you win the title, you would retire?
Yes, absolutely, 100%. I'll stop tomorrow.
Do you not feel like you've got...
I don't love the game, not at all. Just because I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old. And if I won that big title, I can retire and go, look, do you know what? I achieved something and I'm done.
Do you not feel that you've got a lot more to offer the game though still?
Probably. I still get up for work at 5 o'clock in the morning, every morning, go out in my van and come home at 3 or 4 or 5 in the afternoon. I love doing that.
We've seen a few different first-time TV major finalists and different winners in the past few months, players outside the top 32. Do you look at those players and think, if they're doing it, why can't I do it?
Yes, 100%. 100%. Look, anyone who comes into this game and is good enough to hold a tour card and play, they can win anything. Any one of us. It's not just about the Van Gerwens and the Andersons and the Wrights, Durrant as such now. No, it's about 128 people. They're all good enough.
I'm just looking ahead to the game against Peter Wright tomorrow. If you can continue that scoring power, you must feel like you're in the real chance. You go into that pretty confident.
Yeah, Peter Wright don't like playing me. He'll tell you that himself, I think. We've had a good few battles, and Peter Wright is Peter Wright. I've all the respect for him because he's a brilliant player, but I'm good enough. If I can play my game, I'm good enough to beat him. Why not?
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks a lot, Steve. Well played tonight.
You're welcome.
Steve, like yesterday, and the winner in the decider, you showed some very good stuff in the beginning, but yeah, like a few problems to climb the final hurdle there.
Yeah, 7-3, going to the back room just to get a little drink or something, and you have your opponent saying, "No, big respect, big respect." It puts you off a little bit. But I held it together at the end, and that's good.
I had the impression that Mensur slowed it a little bit down. Was it
Yeah.
your impression too?
Yeah, I knew it, and I played along, and I shouldn't play along with that, but I did. I got involved, and it put me off a little bit. But at the end of the day, the winning double counts, and I hit it.
How difficult is it, the crowd, only 250 people there instead of thousands people? Is it a little bit different to hear only some noises there?
Yeah, because you hear everything. There was 2 people in the crowd tonight at the very beginning that Mensur. That's okay. I don't care that they support Mensur. It don't bother me. But that's all I could hear. There's nothing else. And it puts you off.
Tomorrow, Peter White, your next opponent. Do you fancy your chances there?
Yes, of course. Why not?